the trending story about a showman, Pastor Toby Adegboyega, a Nigerian but domiciled in the United Kingdom, London precisely. Let us look at a little bit of Toby's lifestyle, and we'll be talking about the present current issue. I'm talking of a man that is extremely rich, extremely rich. And the talk is that this guy does not have visa in the United Kingdom. Somehow, it seems to be the same with Reverend Esther Ajayi. Maybe you don't know who she is. She's also extremely rich, like rich. She was in the United Kingdom, no documents. But somehow, these people, they were able to amass a lot of money. Let us look into Pastor Toby's life, and we'll be talking more.
I don't know what they mean by fraud. I don't know how they do it. I've never in my life, and I will never touch that thing. And I'm being honest with you.
Jump on here talking about having a debate with me about Jesus. Who is Jesus anyway? Who be that? May you have debacle in your life. Debate called debate. Talking about soul winning, you want to have a debate with me on Jesus. You stay awake at 1 a.m. to have a debate about Jesus. Jesus call.
Hi, good evening. Let me pause this. I've heard a lot today, and I'm doing this because of our fans, our friends, people who are worried. I'm right here at home, no cause for alarm, and naturally I'll dismiss things that has to do with retrogression. Every Nigerian should be proud of me. Being in the UK, a city that is well known for pulling people down. I've survived all sorts. So the matter that they are propagating now is the smallest of matter. In Yoruba, they say, "Toba le ni because you darisi abilusi." No, but what I'm trying to say is, no panic. I love London City. It's my city, and nobody can do anything. Of all the people of color you know here, pastors and leaders, have survived everything. Now, let me talk about fraud case. They keep saying this. This is an advanced country. I'm speaking here openly, yeah? After all these years, have you ever heard someone goes to the parliament and make all sort of complaints? Someone from another race and another color. Nothing came out of it. So those who hate already. What you want to hear is not what you heard today. What you want to hear is they've arrested him for money, this, money, that. Not one criminal case, not one money case. You should all be proud of me and of the nation family. So I'm here, I'm at home. Nobody should panic for me. I succeeded well in this country despite all challenges. And I'm in the league of the people you look up to, people that they'll pick out to persecute. I've survived that well. We're surviving well. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. I assure all our followers and friends that there will be no embarrassment for you other than noise, which we've survived for many years. I am here. I'm PT, number one in London City, and nothing is going to bring us down. I love you all. That's all I've got to say for now. Thank you. Anyone, please? PS5. Thank you.
When a pastor is living like whiskey, when a pastor is living like Burna Boy lifestyle, pastor's lifestyle, we like Burna Boy. But we know where Burna Boy money they come from. We know where whiskey money they come from. Where is pastor money coming from? There are so many people, emergency billionaire that we celebrate in this country. No track record. Our children need to be safe. Government need to start sanitizing that sector. Because Bible says we have to be careful the kind of thing we allow to enter our brain. They can confuse us. We have to be careful people we give our heads to. A pastor living a lifestyle of whiskey and Burna Boy. A pastor driving A Ferrari, Lamborghini, without any industry, without any company. Abba. We don't need oracle to tell us. Say na wuru wuru we dey follow go. Shine your eyes. Be smart. Even God, he say humble yourself. Even God, he humbled himself to. He came to the world, to earth, to save you and I. Anybody that is living lifestyle that is more than his income, I don't regard them. I call them wuru wuru people. May God save us. I come in peace. Oh. My son and my nephew's ugly experience at Pastor Toby's office, 7 years ago. They narrated everything. They sat me down for 3 hours 4 years ago to tell me what they went through, how they were forced to bring half of their salary, how they were put in a mansion to tell them, to brainwash them that this money you are bringing is for God, how they were forced to go and bring their friends and everybody to the church, so to tell them to do the same. It was a very funny and ugly experience for them that even my nephew up till today is still bitter about Pastor Toby all the time. He said, that man, uncle, I no go agree. They had a very nasty experience. When my son was younger, because all these British boys, I don't want him to join all this knife cartel and all that. I brought him home at 16 for him to be a bit rugged. But we have to let him go back after some time. So his cousin, which is my nephew, took him to Pastor Toby's church. And all the experience was ugly. My advice for Pastor Toby is, UK doesn't tolerate that. Many pastors in Nigeria, if they are in UK, they will be in jail. My advice is move back to Nigeria.
What is funny is that even if they deport Pastor Toby today and is back to Nigeria, he would open a church, a ministry, and the ministry will be successful, because I believe that the God that Nigerians serve is money. There was an article written, some years ago about how to serve the Nigerian God, because the Nigerian God is different from the God of the Bible or the God in the Quran. Even the Pastor Toby name, I believe, is a nickname. That cannot be a real name, like he's a pastor.
There are mixed reactions. What do I mean? There are people who are of the opinion that this is the right and the best thing to do, whilst we have other people too who believe that pastor, a showbiz pastor, very extravagant. I'm talking about the leader of Spark Nation. He is called Tobi Adegboyega. Two things are happening to him. And I'm going to bring you guys up to speed on what is going on. So, Tobi Adegboyega had gone into the United Kingdom on a visiting visa, and he decided to remain back. Somehow he was able to upgrade or do something about his status. In between these, Pastor Tobi Adegboyega claimed that God called him, and the call is for him to deal with certain societal issues in the United Kingdom. Pastor Tobi Adegboyega. When you look at him, you might think he does influencing for brands. I'm talking about Louis Vuitton and many of those brands, because this guy, he is a sure dripper. One, Spark Nation has been shut down. And two, Adegboyega will be deported. Now, you might be like, come on, why? Why are you talking about deportation? We thought this guy is already a British citizen. Why will he be deported? Well, pastor whose church was shut down over alleged 1.87 million pounds fraud has lost his fight against deportation, despite claiming it would breach his human rights. An immigration tribunal has ruled that Tobi Adegboyega, aged 44, I don't like saying this, but since people are saying it, I think I should, is the cousin of John Boyega, Star Wars actor. We should not have to link him to someone else. After all, he's the one facing his thing. They said that he should be deported back to his native country, Nigeria, after investigations, including reports by The Telegraph and other media outlets in the UK. They had exposed the misuse of funds by his church. Adegboyega was head of Spark Nation, a controversial church shut down after failing to properly account for more than 1.87 million pounds of outgoings and operating with a lack of transparency. Adegboyega said, "No, I am not going back to Nigeria." He claimed that deportation would breach his right under the European Convention of Human Rights, ECHR, to a family life, having married a British woman. He also said the attempt to remove him by the Home Office failed to take into account his community work with Spark Nation. Complex, is it? Of course, it's sort of like complex. He's married to a British citizen. So therefore, I think in the space of 5 to 6 years, unless the laws have been changed, he's supposed to be a carrier of the British passport. So the question a lot of people are asking, with your British citizenship, can you be deported, like your citizenship being stripped of you? Yeah, it can, if there are links to terrorism. That's one. The law is this: you cannot be stateless. But for Adegboyega, he has dual citizenship. He has not really dual citizenship per se, because he's not even yet a citizen. I think his problem started before he could apply for citizenship. If he already got the citizenship and then these issues came up, maybe he'll be like trying to fight it like, I'm already a citizen, why are you stripping me of citizenship? But in this case, citizenship is not even being talked about. He is a Nigerian and he will be kicked back to Nigeria regardless of family tie. To them, if your family, if your wife wants to be with you, she can as well move back to Nigeria with you. And if the thing is that you cannot be in Nigeria, that's just it. Describing a charismatic community leader of large, well-organized church, his legal team claimed that he had intervened in the lives of many hundreds of young people, predominantly from the brown communities in London, to lead them away from trouble. You know, we have a lot of children, young people in the United Kingdom. Some, they say, oh, they are from broken homes, they are from this, they are from that. Mother sent daddy out of the house, daddy is this, that is that. So somehow this guy gave them a sense of belonging. He brought them together, but they talk about getting money. Well, let us find out. The Tribunal was told, newspaper I mean, was told by the Home Office that all is not as it seems. Various manifestations of Adegboyega's church have been closed down by either the Charity Commission or the High Court because of concerns over its finances and lack of transparency. The truth of the matter is this guy is well loaded. I mean, this is the kind of person that wants to gift someone $20,000 pound watch. He gave that to the wife of Daddy Freeze. Thousands of dollars. This is the kind of person that wants to gift the then fiancé and wife of David Adeleke, Davido the singer, a very expensive bag. I mean, very expensive bag. Something that can pay maybe half the mortgage of some houses in Europe, you know, giving that to someone as a gift. And this guy is always dripping. He might be into a little bit of influencing here and there for certain brands, but before they recognized him, he must have doled out a lot of money. Question is this: how did this dude Adegboyega, how did Tobi come about this money? What did he do? How did he go about it? One, selling their own blood to sell. You might be wondering, what's that? So what this guy did was to look at ways of getting money. What he did was to cajole and propel, convince members of his church, Spark Nation, to go and sell their blood. Like there is this organization where you can go give a certain amount of blood, particularly those that are universal donors. Go there, sell your blood. And once they are done with that, they felt, oh, this guy is showing us ways of making money. I have excess blood. Let me go in there and give my blood to them. Well. Once they come into church, Pastor Adegboyega will simply sell them seed for blood, blood for seed, meaning give your blood and sow the seed into the ministry. Sow it. Let your blood, let it be part of it. The same way Christ shed his blood for your salvation, you can also shed your blood to set certain person free. But it seems the designer, the pocket of Adegboyega is actually the place where they set free. This guy simply put money into businesses quickly. He quickly started doubling his income, started doubling his things, and I don't know, maybe he has stacked money home in Nigeria, maybe in properties or something, because I'm sure that he knows within himself that this fight, there's definitely going to be, something at the end of the day. So maybe in Nigeria or somewhere else, maybe he has invested somewhere else so that he can lay back on that, because this guy is known for the kind of life, that kind of life. Then the second thing, former members of the church have alleged that this Spark is a cult in which impoverished young people are encouraged to do anything they can to donate money, including taking out large loans, committing benefit fraud, and even selling their own blood, like I said. Now, Adegboyega has lived in the UK unlawfully since overstaying on a visitor visa that allowed him into Britain from 2005. And in 2019, he felt, well, I need to do what I need to do. Now, I don't want to talk even about his unlawful stay or overstaying in the UK. It's not even relevant. It's not relevant. Someone has to do something to do something. But the part of him asking people to sell their blood, to commit benefit fraud, to take large loans. I've watched videos, I've listened to those who said they were propelled, they were convinced, they were brainwashed, and they had all gone to their banks. In fact, it said that forms were taken on their behalf. Some of them said so, that forms were taken on their behalf. Those forms were filled up, their details were collected, and they filled it up, put in the amount of money. All they need is their, documents like passports or ID cards and your signature, and they got loans on these people. That this loan is going to be used to build the kingdom. We are going to be millionaires, billionaires. So it gave some of them a sense of belonging, like, hey, you cruise this Range Rover, you cruise this sports car, you put on this designer. It made them feel like we are part of it. Not until these young people realized that they had to pay for this loan. The church was not returning it back. Boyega was not returning it back. It became a legal limbo. Like, how did you take out this loan? You took it out, not Adegboyega. It didn't come to the bank. Oh, this is how he went about it. This is the reason why the courts had to get involved. Lawyers got involved, and now, dude is to be deported. What about the money? Well. Let us see how all of this will turn out to be.